Hi, I'm Jennilyn, and this is Jennilyn Eckersley. Jennilyn experienced a life-threatening pregnancy, followed by secondary infertility. And then, shortly after the adoption of their little boy, she was widowed at the tender age of 32. Yet she remains cheerful and joyous. Let's hear a little bit about Jennilyn's story.
We were so excited when we got pregnant with Diane. And as I entered my third trimester, I started having huge swelling all throughout my body. I went in for an emergency ultrasound and did not get to go home from the hospital. It was 2 days before Thanksgiving. It turned out my daughter was in congestive heart failure in utero, and then there were other complications beyond that. Therefore, they had to put me in intensive care for the remainder of my pregnancy. We felt that we were going to be having a little boy next. Our first was a girl. And we felt that he would have dark hair and dark skin, though we didn't really know how that was going to come about. We just knew that that child was ready to enter our family. Okay, so Diane was, it was 10 days before her 7th birthday. And it was, Eric was 6.5 months old when my husband, Steve, suddenly passed away from a ruptured aneurysm. We found him unconscious. He remained conscious for about 24 hours. We actually, because we were on a small island, we had to medevac him for emergency surgery, and he passed away on the flight, so it was very sudden. It was so incredibly hard to imagine facing life without a husband and to have little people in the house. I felt like there was no way I could do this. There was just no way. I really thought it was sad that I had to care for an infant by myself, one that we had wanted for so long. And yet I look back and I see that my Heavenly Father had a better plan. If Eric had been older when Steve died, it would have been much harder for me to get up every morning and to go about my life. I had no choice, and therefore I became strong. I had to get up and be the one to make the bottles. I had to do all of that. And that just really showed me the wisdom of God's timing. When Diane was a junior in high school and Eric was in 5th grade, I met a man who is just amazing and wonderful and was willing to take on an entire family. Although the kids didn't really necessarily want another adult, another authority figure in their lives, I needed that support. And he's been able to do that for me, to give me the support, even though sometimes still felt kind of like a single mom. I have experienced things in my life that I never thought I would experience. I had my whole life planned out, and it didn't go the way that I had wanted it to. But I wouldn't change it for anything. The growth and the strength that I've been able to receive because of the challenges that I've been given have turned out to be a blessing. I would never want anyone to have to understand or feel infertility. I would never want someone to have to be widowed with small children. I would never want somebody to be worried about if she is going to survive her pregnancy. And yet, all of that has come together to make me who I am today.